That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? During Marvel's recent Chair Watch, when a whole bunch of people were listed as being in the new Avengers Doomsday, one name that some people were kind of maybe thinking they would see, along with Charlie Cox, was Vincent D'Onofrio. They were kind of thinking, like, maybe he's such a big part. The new Daredevil has been fantastic. Maybe we see the great villain in the MCU, Kingpin, be in there. Well, turns out that not only was he not in Chair Watch, you can probably expect not to see him in any MCU film. As TV Line runs this headline, Wilson Fisk / Kingpin cannot appear in movies, only TV series, Daredevil's Vincent D'Onofrio says. He said this, appearing on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, VOD was asked by host Josh Horowitz about the prospect of serving as a villain to Tom Holland's Peter Parker, who will return for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Because remember, even in the most recent super popular Spider-Man video game, you start off the game fighting Kingpin, right? He's a great foil for Spider-Man. D'Onofrio said this, the only thing I know is not positive, D'Onofrio responded. It's a very hard thing to do. For Marvel to use my character, he explained, it's a very hard thing to do because of ownership and stuff. Specifically, right now, I'm only usable for television series, the actor added, meaning not even a one-off Fisk movie would be possible or anything like that. It's all caught up in rights stuff. And there's no indication that said rights issues will ever be untangled. I don't know when that would work out or if it would ever work out at all, he said. So, Vincent D'Onofrio sitting here saying, the only place I can be Kingpin is on a television show. I cannot be used in this. Now, we all remember when the rights for Daredevil went back to Marvel because they were at Fox for a long time. But apparently, those rights deals were far more complicated than any of us realized. Because I was never, I'll be honest with you guys, I was not aware of any of these limitation rights issues. Now, that same limitation can't apply to Daredevil because Daredevil popped up in Spider-Man No Way Home. Mm-hmm. So, or did just Matt Murdock show up? And I mean, I don't know. It's funny. You get into these rights issues and suddenly little nitpicky things become incredibly huge concrete barriers. And if this is true, that Kingpin can't be used in the movies, that's unfortunate because it would be great. Because in the comic books, Kingpin is not just a Daredevil guy, nor is he just a Spider-Man guy. He is a dominant presence there. And the fact that they won't be able to use him in other capacities is kind of unfortunate. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can all relate to this. Spring hits and suddenly life goes from 0 to 100. Busy season is officially in full swing over here. And honestly, who's got time to go grocery shopping? That's where Hungryroot comes in. See, because Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper. I told them my goals and they started curating groceries for me that actually fit my life. Be it smoothies, snacks, salad kits, even ready to eat meals. All clean ingredients, no artificial junk. This week, I got the grilled turkey tenderloin with pesto grilled veggies, and it was amazing. And I got my usual protein-packed snacks. It's like they're learning my taste better than I even know myself. And the best part is, I don't have to waste time driving to the grocery store and wandering the aisles. That's time I can spend doing literally absolutely anything else. Guys, I love Hungryroot. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. Anyway, Chris, you hear Vincent D'Onofrio's comments. Were you aware of any such limitations on the character? And how big of a deal is this?
I wasn't. And then it was that kind of duh moment of, well, obviously, yeah, that makes sense that this would all be wrapped up in who owns what part of the Spider-Verse and all of those things. It is such a shame, though, because, yeah, Kingpin is not just Spider-Man's villain, but so many other people's villains. I mean, if you are working in the boroughs, if you were in the tri-state area, you were dealing with Kingpin. And a big problem for me that Marvel has had, aside from, Loki or Thanos is we have the one and done villain where it feels like the monster of the week situation that our comic book heroes deal with. And I love Kingpin as an ongoing threat, as somebody who you often have to make very uncomfortable alliances with, who's always kind of working in the background, but maybe isn't the immediate threat that you need to deal with. I feel like Marvel needs more of those. Of it's not just somebody who you have to deal with today or for this story. It's somebody who is a imposing ideology on the citizens of the world, which is hopefully what we're going to get with Doom. Kingpin is one of those people, though. You can see that in Daredevil, how he's able to rally around the people of New York who don't care that he's a felon, who don't care that he's murdered people, because he's the kind of guy who can get stuff done. That's so much more interesting than just having somebody pop up who has superpowers and twiddles their mustache, right? On top of that, you have it being Vincent D'Onofrio, who is one of the greatest actors doing the thing right now. I love him so much. So it's such a shame to have him in there, but also why would Sony relinquish any of these rights? Why would Sony cut deals with people and be like, oh no, sure, put him in Doomsday. Go do that. Do whatever you want with him. He's your character, you guys. They're going to keep clinging on to these characters that they own until they are dead.
Well, that's what complicates this even more, right? Because Kingpin was under Fox, even while Sony had the Spider-Man rights. And now he's not at Fox, but Sony clearly has some kind of rights to Kingpin because they're able to put him in the Across the Spider-Verse movies. And those are movies. We already know there are certain characters that can be in TV, but not in movies and vice versa. So, I mean, at some point, Rob, some legal team is going to have to get together and sort this all out to bring some clarity to it. But again, the question is for you. Were you aware of any of these limitations on Kingpin? And then number two, how big of a deal is that for them moving forward?
I was not aware. And I wonder, well, who's the mayor of New York during Thunderbolts?
Right?
I mean, are these taking place concurrently? And I'm sorry I asked that question. I mean, maybe there'll be a poster, something to do with, but if Void is smoking people on the streets of New York, you'd think the mayor would be involved. I mean, the mayor was involved in Ghostbusters. You know, I mean, it's like, but no, I mean, look, I think these rights deals are easily solved with a fee. Like they could go to, did it say that Sony does own the rights to Kingpin?
No, it didn't say in the article. D'Onofrio didn't seem to know either. So is this a Fox thing, a Sony thing, a three-way mess between Marvel, Fox, and Sony? Like,
oh my God, they're the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that you know, the proper application of dollars could solve these issues.
well, I mean, yes, ultimately, right? But then again, the question becomes, how much is too much for anybody? Like that, a lot of people say, why doesn't Marvel just buy back the rights from Sony? Well, number one, Sony's not interested in giving them up.
Right.
And if they were, the price tag they would set on it is more expensive than the value Spider-Man has to Marvel.
But
so it's a big mess.
I mean, it's bizarre because Fox did make an Elektra film and a Daredevil movie. So you would think that, I mean, I know that the Kingpin, it was bifurcated rights because they were making those while Sony was making the Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
So I'd love to know what the actual rights issues are.
Well, and Disney also owns most of 21st Century Fox at this point, too.
Yes.
So that's what's confusing, is the only place we've seen Kingpin recently is Sony stuff. So
Right.
that's where I'm.
And they were able
up
to
on.
do it. I mean, they were able to do it for the Netflix show. Now it's
Yeah.
on. So why is he only allowed to be in TV shows?
Yeah, this is why this is kind of confusing to me. But
Yeah.
I mean, we've been finding out more and more. Like just in the last month or two, we've had a couple of stories come out about, oh, by the way, this character can only be here.
Yep.
Like this Spider-Man we can't do live action Spider-Man in TV. You're not going to remember that came up just recently. The Marvel executive of television said, we can't have live action Spider-Man in any of our Disney Plus shows. Can't happen.
Who are the bureaucratic characters in Hitchhiker's Guide? The
Oh.
Vogons? Or
Vogons.
something? Vogons, yeah.
Yes.
That's what this feels like, of just giving me arbitrary paperwork to deal with
Yeah.
of why I can't have something I want, and it feels personal and I don't like it.
At some point, someday, somewhere down the line, this will all get cleared up. It just might take a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Vincent D'Onofrio is saying, don't expect to see Kingpin in any movies because he can't appear in any movies for Marvel. I wasn't aware of this. Maybe you were. Maybe it's a big deal. Maybe it's not. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.